Once upon a time, in the enchanted frozen continent of Vastria, where shimmering ice covered every peak and snowflakes danced in the air, two mighty dwarven kingdoms flourished under the watchful gaze of the Frostfather. In the frigid north, the majestic Frosthelm Empire reigned supreme, ruled by the wise and just High King Auric Stonebeard. In the southern lands, nestled among sweeping glaciers and frost-kissed valleys, the indomitable Snowbeards found solace under the benevolent rule of King Thorin Frostbane. Vastria, a realm of breathtaking beauty and perilous wonders, boasted towering ice spires that reached for the heavens, frozen forests where ethereal creatures roamed, and majestic ice-bound lakes that glowed with a magical luminescence. However, a time came when a bitter rift tore the two dwarven kingdoms apart, sparked by a misunderstanding that festered into a relentless conflict. High King Auric Stonebeard, a venerable dwarf with a flowing silver beard that gleamed like moonlit ice, was known for his unwavering sense of honor and his profound connection with the ancient ice spirits. Carrying the ancestral war axe, Frostfang, a blade forged with the frozen tears of the Frostfather, he embodied the courage and resilience of his lineage. His commanding presence and booming voice united the dwarven clans under the banner of Frosthelm. In the southern realms, King Thorin stood tall, his beard cascading like icicles, reflecting the hues of the setting sun. A master craftsman and skilled warrior, he wielded the legendary hammer, Frostbreaker, said to shatter the hardest ice and crush any foe. King Thorin possessed an innate understanding of the secrets hidden within the frozen earth and was revered for his unwavering loyalty to his people. As the war between Frosthelm and the Snowbeards engulfed Vastria, battles echoed through the snow-capped mountains and icy gorges. The clash of hammers and the crackling of ancient ice magic reverberated through the land, shaking the very foundations of the continent. The dwarven warriors fought valiantly, their courage fueled by the deep-rooted loyalty they held for their respective kings. The Frosthelm Empire believed that unity and strength under their banner would bring prosperity to all dwarves. High King Auric, with his regal presence and voice that thundered through the halls of Frosthelm, sought to unite all dwarves under a single realm. On the other side, the Snowbeards thrived in the southern reaches. They cherished their independence, valuing their ancestral traditions and their connection to the untamed wilderness. King Thorin Frostbane, with his flowing silver beard and wise eyes, stood as a beacon of hope and resilience for his people. As tensions simmered between the two kingdoms, disputes over land and resources escalated into a full-fledged war. The clash of hammers and the roar of battle echoed through the snowy mountains as dwarven warriors, once brothers, now faced each other on the field of conflict. The initial battle between the Frosthelm Empire and the Snowbeards unfolded like a clash of titans. The vast armies assembled on opposite sides of a great icy plain, with snowflakes swirling in the frigid air, as tension hung heavy, threatening to shatter the stillness of the land. High King Auric Stonebeard, standing tall at the forefront of the Frosthelm forces, raised his ancestral warhammer, Frostrend, high above his head. The legendary weapon glimmered with an otherworldly light, reflecting the icy resolve in his eyes. With a resounding battle cry that reverberated across the frozen landscape, he led his troops forward, their armor glistening like ice crystals under the pale sunlight. As the armies clashed, the ground trembled under the weight of armored footsteps and the resounding blows of hammers and axes. The clash of metal and the cries of combatants echoed through the icy valleys, drowning out the howling wind. Dwarves on both sides fought with unmatched skill and valor, their fates entwined in the crucible of battle. The fighting was fierce and unrelenting. Dwarven warriors, clad in gleaming armor adorned with frost and runes, clashed with a ferocity born of desperation. Axes swung with bone-crushing force, hammers shattered bone and ice alike, and swords flashed like icy lightning. The ground became a battlefield of swirling snow and crimson stains, where footfalls were muffled by the fallen, and the fallen became one with the frozen earth. In this brutal conflict, no tactic was spared. Ambushes and skirmishes erupted in hidden valleys and treacherous ice caves. The forces of Frosthelm and the Snowbeards engaged in duels atop precarious ice bridges, and fought viciously within ancient snow-covered ruins. The fighting spilled over into abandoned mining tunnels and frozen forests, where every tree became a potential shield, and every shadow held the promise of an unseen foe. The dwarves fought not only with weapons, but also with their minds. Ice magic crackled through the air, casting shimmering shields and unleashing freezing blasts upon the enemy. Frost-covered illusions danced amidst the chaos, confusing and disorienting the combatants. The landscape itself seemed to respond to the turmoil, with avalanches thundering down mountainsides and ice formations erupting from the ground like frozen spears. Amidst this widespread brutality, the individual stories of courage and sacrifice unfolded. Dwarven heroes arose from the chaos, their names etched into the annals of Vastrian lore. They fought with unwavering determination, their faces etched with lines of hardship, and their eyes reflecting a mixture of sorrow and steely resolve. Each swing of a weapon, each shield raised in defense, carried with it the weight of survival and the hope for a brighter future. But in the wake of such relentless fighting, the toll became evident. The cries of the wounded mingled with the crackling of frost, and the fallen lay strewn across the icy battlefield, their lives extinguished like flickering flames in a blizzard. The casualties were a testament to the brutality of war, a reminder that even in the fantastical realms, the cost of conflict could be devastating. The battle waged on, the scales of fortune teetering precariously. Snow and blood mingled on the frozen ground as casualties mounted on both sides. The field became a testament to the unwavering resolve of the dwarves, a testament to the indomitable spirit that burned within their hearts. Despite the Snowbeards' resilience, the sheer numbers and strategic advantage of the Frosthelm forces began to take their toll. The Snowbeards found themselves slowly pushed back, their lines faltering under the relentless assault. King Thorin, refusing to yield, fought at the forefront, his mighty frost-infused axe cleaving through the enemy ranks. But it became apparent that the odds were stacked against them. In the end, the Snowbeards could not withstand the full force of the Frosthelm Empire. Their defenses crumbled, their ranks thinned, and the inevitable outcome became clear. King Thorin, facing insurmountable odds, made a difficult decision to ensure the survival of his people. With heavy hearts, the Snowbeard forces retreated, their battle cries silenced, leaving the field of battle in the hands of their victorious. City by city, stronghold by stronghold, the Snowbeards found themselves on the defensive, their lands ravaged by the relentless advance of the Frosthelm Empire. The once proud Frostholm, the heart of Snowbeard civilization, was besieged, its walls crumbling under the might of the enemy. King Thorin, his heart heavy with sorrow, fought alongside his people, but the odds were stacked against them. In a final, fateful battle, the forces of Frosthelm clashed with the dwindling Snowbeard resistance. Despite their unmatched valor, the Snowbeards found themselves overwhelmed by the sheer force of the Frosthelm Empire. King Thorin, surrounded by his loyal warriors, fought to the bitter end, his heart filled with a fierce determination to protect his people and their way of life. Alas, the Snowbeards' struggle was in vain, and their fate was sealed. The once proud kingdom fell, its people scattered and forced into exile. The Frosthelm Empire, victorious but stained with the cost of war, extended its dominion over the shattered remains of Snowbeard lands. And so, the tale of the war between the Frosthelm Empire and the Snowbeards stands as a somber reminder of the consequences of pride and ambition. It speaks of the sacrifices made and the devastating toll of conflict, teaching us the importance of unity, empathy, and the pursuit of peace in the face of adversity. May the memory of the Snowbeards endure, forever etched in the icy winds of Vastria.